Good morning, dear children. How are all of you today? Yes, I am Chitra ma'am, your English literature teacher. Children, before going to the lesson, today I have kept a small warm-up activity for you. Are you ready? Yes. See, I will tell a word with action. You have to give me the opposite of the word with action. How it is? I will demonstrate you. See, big. So what's the opposite of the word big? Small. Right? Tall. Short. Huge. Tiny. Right? These are the words, bear in mind. I will ask you at random. Okay? You have to give the opposite of the word that I am giving you with action. Agreed? Let's start. Let's start the game. Yes. Big. Tall. Huge. Small. Short. Tiny. Huge, small, sit, stand, huge, small, short, tiny, huge, open, short, small, big, huge, short. Yes, thank you so much. Listen, while we were doing this activity, some words they were striking me, like huge, short, small, tiny. Children, in English literature, there is a beautiful story that beautifully depicts the life of people of two different islands. Okay, the story is basically revolved on the travels of a sailor. This is the first clue. The story is on the traveling experiences of a sailor. Second clue is there is the reference of two islands. Okay, having some specialities, some special features of its inhabitants. I will tell you what it is. In one of the islands, the inhabitants, the people of the islands are very small. They are less than 15 centimeter, 15 centimeter. Any idea which story it is? Written by an Irish writer, Jonathan Swift. Any guesses? Another clue. There is a reference of another island. In that island, the people are as tall as a tree, very huge, hefty, tall, giants. Any guesswork? Which is the story? You must have read it, you must have seen those animated films of the story. Very good. Gulliver's Travels. Dear children, today we have got a beautiful story written by an Irish writer, Jonathan Swift. The name of the story is Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver was a surgeon. He was a medical practitioner who was trained, who had got the license for doing surgery. Later on, he became the captain of several ships. And this beautiful story, it's a traveler, let me say, the collection of the traveling experiences of Gulliver, the sailor, the captain of several ships. He was a surgeon by profession. Later on, he became a captain because he had that, zeal, enthusiasm of traveling, wandering everywhere, exploring new places. And he loved sea voyages. Okay, Yes. Today we have a beautiful lesson from the story Gulliver's Travels. Before going to the lesson, I will show you something very interesting to you. Children, please look at the board. Here I have written the original name of the story, the original title of the story. It's very short and very sweet to remember, right? Just to go through it, I will read it for you. Travels into several remote nations of the world in 4 parts by Lemuel Gulliver, first a surgeon and then a captain of several ships. This is the original title of the story Gulliver's Travels. Isn't it easy to remember? It's very short, right? Yes, as it is very lengthy, later on it was renamed as Gulliver's Travels. As I told you, it's written by an Irish writer, Jonathan Swift. Before going to the lesson, here we have a list of new words with their meanings which are used in the lesson. Let's go through them. First one, S-T-A-U-N-C-H, staunch. Staunch means strong and firm. It refers to the strength of the ship that they were sailing. Gulliver and other crew members were sailing. Okay, the ship was very staunch, it was very strong and firm. Okay, and crew, all the people working on a ship. Squashed, squashed means crushed with force so that it becomes flat, soft or out of shape. Squashed, crushed forcibly. Okay. Caressed, C-A-R-E-S-S-E-D. Children, bear in mind there are 2 S in caressed. Touched or stroked gently or lovingly. Children, do you remember in the warm-up activity I mentioned, in the story Gulliver's Travels, there is a reference of 2 islands, right? In one island people are very tall and in another one people are very small. They are dwarfs. Have you got the names of those 2 islands? Yes, the first one is Lilliput. You must have heard about it, right? Lilliput. The name of the island is Lilliput. And people on that island are very small, very short, they are dwarfs. Lilliputians, they are very small. Okay, Gulliver's first voyage was to that place. He went that place first, Lilliput. Actually, the story Gulliver's Travels has 4 different parts. In the first part, his experiences on the island Lilliput with the dwarfs, the Lilliputians, was beautifully explained. And in the second part, Gulliver and his crew members were sailing towards Surat on a staunch ship, a very strong and firm ship named Adventure. Okay, and he was stranded on the way. What happened, the ship lost its direction as there was an unexpected attack of storm. Their ship Adventure lost its direction. As I told you, they were on the way to Surat on the ship named Adventure, and on the way there was an unexpected attack of storm. But their ship could survive from wreckage as the ship was very staunch, very strong. Okay, yes. We are going to read that story in this session. And do you know the name of the story? It's Gulliver in the land of the giants. I told you in the first part there is a reference of the people who are very dwarf, and name of the island is Lilliput. Here in the second part in this story, the name of the island is clearly given here. Just try to read this. Brobdingnag. Brobdingnag. Okay, the story that we are going to read today is happening on this island. It's the island of giants. Children, as I told you in the story, Gulliver in the land of the giants. Gulliver was stranded on island of a group of very gentle, kind giants. Though those giants, they are very huge. I told you they are as tall as a tree. Okay, and there is a main character, a farmer, a giant farmer, and he was 22 meters. Okay, in the original book it's clearly given. He is 22 meters. Just imagine how huge they are, how tall and hefty they are. They are very huge, very enormous, isn't it? So they were very huge, very tall, having 22 meters. We, the normal people, are just 5 feet or 6 feet. That's it, right? But they are 22 meters. Right? Just imagine how it will be. It's very tall. They are very tall. And they are very tall and huge, but they are very kind to everyone. Gulliver, the sailor, was stranded on this island of giants. But they treated him in a very friendly way. Let's take our English literature textbook, page number 66, chapter 8. Gulliver gets stranded in an island inhabited by a few friendly giants. See, as I told you, Gulliver and his crew members on the ship Adventure were sailing to Surat. Okay, on our way to Surat, we faced a fierce storm, but our ship wore bravely. During this storm, we were carried to a faraway place and no one could tell where we were. Children, as I told you, they were on the way to Surat. On the ship Adventure, a very staunch ship. Do you remember the word? Staunch. On the way, they faced the attack of storm. And the ship lost its direction in the unexpected attack of the storm. And they were carried to some very strange place. They don't know where they were at that time. And our ship was staunch and our crew all in good health, but we lay in the utmost distress for water. Now they need drinking water desperately. The crew members, along with Gulliver, started in search of drinking water. On the 16th day of June 1703, we discovered land. Next day, we cast anchor and our captain sent a dozen of his men, well armed, in the long boat with vessels for water. I too left with them. So, Gulliver with a set of crew members started searching for water on a long boat. You can see in the picture. I can see no river, no spring, neither can I. No sign of inhabitants. We don't find any trace of human beings over here. There is no life over here. It's a deserted place. We are completely trapped here. Where are we now? Right? And they are not able to find out any spring or any other water bodies over there. Just a vast sea in front of them. Nothing else. Right? Yeah. I walked along for about a mile on the other side. Gulliver he was in search of water on the other side of this place. It's an island, I told you, right? Do you remember the name of this island? It's Brobdingnag Island. Island of gentle giants. Right? Yeah. Suddenly I heard commotion. Some loud noise I heard. Run, 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 run. Hey, wait for me. Arg. I observed a huge creature walking after them in the sea. I ran as fast as I could to where I had gone first. What happened, as I told you, they reached the land, some strange place, and they were searching for drinking water. They couldn't find water over there. Gulliver was walking on the other side of the island in search of water. Suddenly he heard a commotion, some loud noise from here and there. Run, 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 yes. And he went back and he saw that his crew members were running towards the longboat. They were trying to escape from there. They were trying to reach the boat without him. They were not waiting for him to reach them, right? So, and he was telling, please wait for me, don't leave me alone here. Why did the crew members leave Gulliver all alone? They wanted to save their very life from something. Yes, I observed a huge creature walking after them in the sea. While they were searching for water, the crew members saw a huge creature over there on the land. They got frightened. They wanted to save their life. So they didn't wait for Gulliver. They rushed to the boat to save their lives. Now what happened, children? Our poor sailor Gulliver was stranded. He was completely abandoned on this strange island. I climbed up a steep hill to look around. He didn't find any human beings there. He didn't find any living things over there. And he was walking around the land to get water or to get any help from anyone to escape from that strange land. At last, Gulliver reached a cornfield. Oh my God, is this grass? This corn must be 40 feet high. See, look at the picture, very interesting it is, right? This is Gulliver. He is so small in front of this corn. And at the next turn, monster. Suddenly, he met one of the inhabitants of the island, a giant. And he screamed out, seeing this huge person, he screamed out, monster! See, can you see the picture of the monsters here? There were, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 people are there, right? They were the giants, the inhabitants of the island. Very huge and tall people. Look at this, Gulliver, how small he is in front of them. I saw one of the giants and realized that with his next step, I would be squashed to death under his foot or cut in two with his reaping hook. Children, these monsters, these giants were holding something, right? They were holding a reaping hook. A reaping hook is an instrument. Okay, can you see this? See, it has a curved edge and a straight handle. This reaping hook is used to cut the crops. So that means we can assume that they are the farmers of the island. Right? They must be on the way to their field. Or they will be back from their field after their work. Right? So Gulliver got scared of seeing these huge people, and he was telling, I am sure in his next step, I will be crushed, squashed by his foot. So suddenly he wanted to stop him. He wanted to get his attention. Okay, he wanted to save his life from that stampede, right? so he called him out, "Hello, friend, listen down here. I am here. Please don't stab me. I will die." Look at this, how curious, and it's very amusing for such a huge person to see this tiny Gulliver. See, look at this. He is looking at Gulliver. Yes, what did he do? This giant person, he took Gulliver by his fingers and moved him to and fro, and he wanted to know what creature it is. As I told you, this monster, this giant, lifted him by his finger and moved him to and fro. Obviously, it will be very painful, right, children? Just imagine such a huge person taking a very tiny creature or a human being, okay, and moving him to and fro. It will be very painful. Here also, Gulliver felt that he would die very soon as he was being moved, to and fro by this monster. So he was telling, "Hello friend, please don't do like that, don't squeak me, I will die. You are going to crush my bones, I will die very soon." He ran along with me to his master. This one who had got Gulliver took him to his master. "Master, look what I have found." So he was very curious, and he wanted to know what creature it is, and they were very tall. Do we have such very small tiny creatures on earth? This creature looks like a human being, but it's not at all like us. It's very small. He was very curious to know that. See, master took him in his palm and he was observing closely, okay, and he's asking, "Have you ever seen any little creature like this?" It's very small one. What it is? The master placed me down on the ground. They all sat down in a circle about me. Okay, and they don't know what to say, and all of them are very curious, and they were completely amused seeing this tiny creature, right? They are not speaking anything, they are just staring at him. Gulliver started the conversation. "Hello friends, pleasure meeting you all. Friend, please accept this a small gift." I presented my purse of gold to him. Curious, he took up one of the largest pieces. "Oh, you want me to put them back?" He carefully wrapped me in his handkerchief and carried me to his house. And now Gulliver is thinking, how can I escape from this place? I am in a strange, situation, strange circumstances. I am amidst strange people. Even I don't know their language. I don't know the name of that place. I am very new there. I don't know whether they are going to kill me. They are going to eat me, or they will take care of me. I don't know how they are going to treat me at all. Right? So many questions were flashing across his mind, and he was in a dilemma. How can I escape from here? So to start, or to build a friendly relationship with these monsters, what did Gulliver do? He is very smart, right? He is very smart. He offered his purse of gold coins to them. Obviously, people need money, right? Especially very precious thing, gold. Right, so he thought that, okay, this is the smartest way to start a friendship with them. I will offer my money, my gold coins to them. Then let's see how the reaction would be. But these giant, monsters or giants, they were not at all greedy, and they are very honest. They didn't need money from Gulliver at all. What did they do? The farmer, he took the largest piece of the gold coin, just examined, okay, it was, looking something new to them. So they just examined it and returned it back to Gulliver. They didn't accept any of his offers of money or gold coin from Gulliver. They didn't want it. It shows that those giants, those inhabitants of that island were very sincere, they were honest, they are not at all greedy to money. Okay, what else did they do? The farmer took out a handkerchief and he put Gulliver in his handkerchief and wrapped him, wrapped him around with his handkerchief like, how do we wrap a small baby? In the same way, he wrapped him with his handkerchief very carefully and took him to his house. He took me to his wife. Ah, what is that? How are you, little man? Hello, ma'am. A servant brought in dinner. That meat is so huge and looks delicious. Children, this farmer took him to his house. He wanted to show this tiny creature to his family members. Okay, he went home and showed Gulliver to his wife. Look at her expression seeing Gulliver. Oh my God, what's this? Do we have such tiny creatures in this world? How come such a tiny creature has reached in our place? Right? Yes. And as I told you, they were very huge, they were very healthy, very strong, very tall. They are giants, that is the word to be used. They are giants, but they are very good at heart. They treated Gulliver in a very friendly way. They were very keen to provide all the comforts for Gulliver because he is their guest. Right, though he is very small, he is their guest. So they treated him very well. And she was asking, how are you? How are you, little man? Right, and suddenly the servant brought dinner for them. Dinner was served for each and every one of the family, including Gulliver. And just look at the next picture, all the rest of the family members were sitting on their chair, right? And where is our guest? Gulliver's position, he was standing on the table and trying to eat something. Let's see that. At the dinner table wait the farmer and his wife, their 3 children and an old grandmother. Okay. So, farmer, his wife, 3 kids and a granny, right? Yes, they were ready for their dinner. And where is Gulliver? He is standing here on the table waiting for his food. Little man, meet my family. Okay, my wife, 3 kids and the granny. You must be hungry. Have some dinner with us. See, she is offering him food. Again, shows that those giant, monsters, they are very kind. Okay, they were offering food to Gulliver. She offered me some minced meat and breadcrumbs. Minced meat means chopped meat. Okay, meat which is cut into very small pieces. The master made me a sign to come to his side, but his youngest son took me up by the legs. But master took me from him and put me back on the table. Thanks, master, for saving me. My mistress's favorite cat leaped into her lap. Hello, Miss Mighty Cat. Glad to meet you. How are you? But the cat was least interested. I was offered some minced meat and breadcrumbs. Okay, and the master wanted me to go to his side, so he showed a gesture to me to go to his place. As I was about to go to his place, what happened? The youngest son of the family took me up by my legs. So it's sure that the youngest son wanted to trouble Gulliver, right? He lifted him by his legs and he wanted to see Gulliver closely. By the time the master, the farmer, took me from his hands and placed me at the corner of the table. Gulliver saw a very huge cat, favorite cat of the mistress of the family. The cat was sleeping on the mother's lap. And he himself introduced to the cat by saying that, "Hello, Miss Mighty Cat." Mighty means very powerful cat. "I am Gulliver. I am very happy to meet you." But the cat was not much interested to pay attention to Gulliver. Children, do you remember the members of the farmer's family? The farmer, his wife, a granny and 3 children, right? There is one more member in that family, the smallest member of the family. The nurse came in with a year-old child in her arms. See, look at the picture. The baby is crying, right? The baby was searching for its mother. It's crying loudly. "Huge baby, please don't eat me. Mistress, please help me." The mother held her apron under me and I was saved. After dinner, "Can you please take care of this little man?" "Sure, master." She put me on her own bed and covered me with a clean white handkerchief. She caressed me and put me to the sleep. Children, suddenly the nurse is a person who takes care of the babies. Okay, she brought the smallest member of the family, a baby. Okay, and look at this picture. The baby is about to swallow Gulliver, right? And he is screaming out, "Mistress, please help me. The baby is going to swallow me." And mother kept her apron under him and he was escaped. Now the farmer asked the nurse, "Can you take care of this little man?" Nurse accepted it. She told, "Yes, master." And she put Gulliver on her own bed and covered him with a neat and clean white handkerchief. Okay, it's time to sleep. Very good. See, let's see the next. "I dreamt I was at home with my wife and children. Suddenly, 2 rats crept up the curtains and attacked me. Stay back or else I will kill you with this hanger. I warned you before, now face your fate." Frightened, his comrade ran away. The nurse came into the room. "Mom, I fought bravely. Mom, I will always protect you." Okay, now he was on the bed. He was dreaming that he was at home along with his family, with his wife and his children. He started sleeping. What happened suddenly? Suddenly, 2 huge rats, entered there. They were creeping up the curtains and entered the room and attacked our poor Gulliver, who was sleeping on the bed. What did Gulliver do? He took a hanger. And attacked them, fought them bravely. And he is warning, "See, stay back or I will kill you with this hanger." Okay, in that fight, he killed one of the rats. Okay, and he saved himself from being attacked by the huge rats. One was killed and another, as he got scared, and he ran away. Comrade means companion or friend. Hearing this commotion, who came into the room? The nurse. And Gulliver was trying to tell her, Mom, I fought bravely, killed one, and the another one ran away. I will always protect you. Okay, children, this is not at all the end of the story. Gulliver in the land of the giants. Only the first portion is introduced here in the textbook. So, for further reading, please try to get this story and read the whole story. You will get to know the experiences of Gulliver the sailor on the island of giants. Children, here is the mind map of the lesson. Gulliver in the land of the giants. Gulliver was stranded in an island of giants. So, do you remember the name of the island of the giants? Brobdingnag. Okay, and he met a group of giants over there, right? And he offered a gold coin to them, correct? Because he wanted to save his life from them, and he didn't know whether they would treat him well or whether they would harm him. Right. So, in order to avoid such situations, he wanted to create a friendly relationship with them. So, he offered a gold coin to them, thinking that they would accept his offer. Right. But the giants didn't accept it because they were not greedy. They didn't want his money. Okay. Yes. The farmer took Gulliver to his house. He wanted to show this small creature to his family members, right? Yeah. The family offered him a delicious dinner. I told you all these points show how good those giants are. They are very kind-hearted. They are very kind-hearted and they treated Gulliver very well. They offered him food. And in the family of the giant farmer, he met with some, horrible incidents, right, sequences, like he was attacked or he was troubled by the youngest son of the family, and the baby of the family took him up and it was about to put him into his mouth. Right, he came across all these horrible episodes in the farmer's family, but he was saved by the master, by the farmer and his wife. Okay, he saved himself from the attack of the rats. Children, here is an activity for you. Let's take page number 72. Comprehension B. Answer these questions in detail. Fill in some basic information about Gulliver as perceived from the story. I will give you the points. You can write down those points in your textbook. It's in page number 72. See, these points will help you to write, short answers in your examination. Okay, let's go through the question. Fill in some basic information about Gulliver as perceived from the story. Profession. What's the profession referred to here? Gulliver's profession? He was a sailor. So, write down sailor. Second one, family members. All these questions are all about Gulliver the sailor. Okay, first one profession, sailor. Second one, family members. Do you remember the family members of Gulliver? Yes, his wife and children. Family members, his wife and children. Third one, strength. He was fearless. Gulliver was a fearless man. Though he was stranded on a strange island, though he was amidst strange inhabitants, very huge tall people, he didn't lose his hope and confidence. right? So it shows that he was very brave and courageous, fearless, right? Qualities. Here also you can write very brave, and he is very adaptive. He adjusts with new situations. He is very adaptive. It's another quality. He is a well-mannered person, right? Yes, you can write 3 points there: brave, well-mannered, and adaptive. He can adjust with any of the situations. Correct? Yes. Challenges faced. First challenge is Gulliver was stranded on a strange land, right? And he was in a strange land where the inhabitants were very huge and very healthy. They are giants. Strange land, strange people. These are the two main risks or challenges that Gulliver faced on this land. People he met in the strange land. First one, giant-sized, inhabitants of the island. Then the farmer's family, right? Farmer, his wife, 3 kids, granny, and a very small baby, right? All these were the people who met in that place. So we have taken all these points from the textbook. As I told you, this is not a complete story. This is the first portion of the story, Gulliver in the Giant Land. There is a home assignment for you. Children, the book Gulliver's Travels is very interesting to read. If you haven't read it, please try to get the book and read it. And the same story has been filmed later. You will get animated movies of Gulliver's Travels. That's also quite interesting to watch. The home assignment is, as I told you, the story given here is incomplete. Find out the whole story of Gulliver in the land of the giants and go through the whole story. Okay, this is one of the parts of the whole book Gulliver's Travels I told you. So, just to go through the story of Gulliver's in the land of the giants, complete story, and I will ask you the summary, the rest part of the story in our next interaction session. By the time all of you be ready with your answers, today itself just try to find out the answer, try to find out the story, you will get the story, just do research, you will get the whole story, you will love reading it. Later on, Gulliver was taken to street places and all by the farmer as a piece of curiosity. Okay. He would be showcased over there. Farmer took this small creature, this tiny creature Gulliver, to the public places and exhibit him over there to fetch money from the public. This is the second step of this story. And with all these actions, activities and incidents, the story will be progressing. Correct? It's very interesting, you will like it. One more thing, while going through such kind of stories, try to visualize in your mind. Okay, while you are reading about giants, just try to draw a picture of a giant in your mind. And try to draw the picture of Gulliver and just try to compare. Okay, giant will be this much tall and Gulliver will be very small and tiny in front of him, and Gulliver is standing in front of the cornfield, how it would be, and the baby was about to swallow him. Correct? So, while reading all these incidents and details given in the story, try to draw a picture of it, try to visualize it. Okay, it will be like this. Then you will never forget it and reading will also be more interesting. Right? So, don't forget the home assignment given to you. In the next interaction session, I will call you out at random. You can give me the answers. By the time, find out the complete story of Gulliver in the land of the giants and do read, do enjoy it. Till then, all of you take care. God bless you. Thank you.